Well, this year, like every year, the Chicago Urban League is fighting for equity. In fact, that's the theme for the African American organization's gala this year. I was in the house for this big party last year. The Chicago Urban League hosts its yearly gala to raise money for the organization's mission of racial and economic equity. And of course, it's more than just about the party and the great entertainers that come every year. It's about the daily work done to help the community. So joining me live here in studio is the Urban League CEO, Karen Freeman Wilson. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us. We're excited to be here.
Oh my goodness, you guys have one of the biggest and best parties every year, but of course all that money is going into the daily work. So for people who are watching who aren't familiar with the Urban League, what do you guys do?
So the Urban League promotes racial justice and equity for Chicagoland citizens. And we do that through programming, through convening. For instance, we had an event about reparations yesterday, and we do it by the research and policy that we present, like the State of Black Chicago.
We just talked about that study just a few minutes ago in the show. So this event is really filled with so many movers and shakers in Chicago. This year you're honoring the president of Chicago State University and also the president and CEO of the DuSable Museum.
Yes, actually President Z. Scott, who is a Chicago icon, and then Dr. Carol Adams, the past president of DuSable, but someone who has been a noted historian and has just been a Chicago presence for decades.
So one of the things, y'all who are watching, about the Urban League Gala is it is so fun. There's entertainers. We've seen Shaka Khan. We've seen the Isley Brothers this year, Fantasia. Talk about bringing in that fun party aspect to it as well.
Well, you know, we know what the work is, and we know that work is serious. We know it's heady, but you ought to be able to celebrate the wins and celebrate the success. And that's what GFD is all about: the celebration, the great time, the great music, and the fellowship. I mean, you know, a lot of times it's hard to get people to sit down and just eat because there is so much fellowship.
Oh, there is. They're always like, okay, y'all, we got to start the program.
Exactly.
We got to get going.
Yep.
So there's still tickets available, but I have to say that it's always a packed room. What are you guys expecting this year? And talk about tickets for us.
So tickets can be found at our website. We're partnering with Ticket Falcon and ShyUL.org. And I will tell you, the tickets are going fast. By Friday, we expect to be sold out.
Wow. And when we say sold out, we're talking 2,000
We're
plus.
talking 2,060 of our closest friends.
And you changed the venue this year because the room was just so packed and there were so many people who were interested in being in that room.
We did. We went to McCormick Place. It's a much larger area at the Skyline Ballroom. We can go up to 2,500. We won't do that this year, but next year, look out.
All right, we'll see. Lastly, if someone's thinking, oh, is this something I want to take part in? The money from the ticket sales, what is that going into?
So that goes to our STEM programming. That goes to our support for small businesses. That goes to our efforts towards home ownership and workforce development, to our Impact Leadership program. So it goes to support the programming of the league as well as the research and policy that we do, like the State of Black Chicago.
All right, Karen Freeman Wilson, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing about this big party. You guys are busy over the next week or so.
We are, extremely.
All right, thank you for joining us. CBS News Chicago, a proud sponsor of this event, the 63rd annual Golden Fellowship Dinner set for November 9th at McCormick Place.